Marinate.
Kuna time ingine niko na bonga na dem, a lady, and she said this: you must be the high priest of your house. And she actually gave biblical reference as to why you have to be the high priest who communes with God and allows your house. Why are you laughing?
Kwa sababu kama high as in
No.
umechapa kitu.
Brother.
No, I just
Kunaenda kanisa wapi lakini.
sometimes we are high priests.
And it got me thinking, a lot of guys don't have relationships with themselves to a level that they can't even, kama ujijui, itakuwaje utaelewa your own soul and your own spirituality enough to lead a home. Are you understanding? And I'm saying some guys, but hata mimi mwenyewe maze hiyo ilikuwa ni after 40x amount of years ndio nilipata hiyo news flash. Ikanichapa ra. Actually, I'm responsible for the people who are my seed.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
But what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul?
Exactly.
Today I just want to think about that, not from a biblical perspective, but for me, soul is your purpose in life, why you were brought here. What were you brought here? Why did you win the lottery of being a human being? What were you brought here to do? What is that purpose? Because you can be working a job, making so much money in XYZ and losing your soul. Yeah. I don't think people ever look at it that way.
Yeah. True. You know what? This is a very sensitive topic, and I think this is literally where all the focus begins. By how well you understand your purpose and your mandate, and how you discharge it, and the responsibility that you have over and above the people who come under your umbrella. Many men, in fact, let me not even talk about many men. Let's talk about us Africans. There's one thing I was looking at the other day, our upbringing. You realize that the identity crisis in men comes from way back, what the society spells.
Yeah.
You can't express yourself in a particular way because you need to be a man. Men don't cry, men don't vent. You cannot what do you call it? You just can't. You feel like you're blocked in every level of life that you're going to. And so many men grow without having figured themselves fully, and they get to a point where they make decisions not having understood where they come from. That way, the societal pressure, like he said one time, we spoke about it, talk about the societal pressure. We always base those decisions and discharges from a societal perspective, and not having understood self and the mandate with which, depending on where you pledge your allegiance to, God, Allah, what the focus is.
Yeah.
So you end up feeling like your life is literally to fit a certain narrative and not to satisfy an obligation as directed by God. And that's why leadership fails.
This is what I think, Ted and Kinyua. This topic, it intimidates a lot of guys, simply because I feel if you look at it all in its entirety, it can be very intimidating.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like if you want to drive to Bungoma. If you look at Bungoma direct, it's about 500, almost 600 kilometers. That's a long road. But if you look at it step by step, you can be able to just kill that distance pole, and it will make it easier to achieve.
Yeah.
So how personally do I go about this? Number one, I'll tell you for sure. Don't waste your time in asking yourself or trying to find your purpose. Yeah? In its entirety. You will not see it that way. You have a daily purpose. Look at it like as an everyday purpose. For example, what do I do? I have to have a relationship with myself. I have to have a relationship with my God. I have to have a relationship with everybody. and I treat everybody the way I would have them treat me.
You.
Yeah. So that way, if you look at it from those units, it will be achievable. Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you ask yourself, what did I come to do here? You would never answer that question.
Really get it,
yeah?
yeah.
You wake up in the morning, I need to be happy. I need my kids to be happy. I need the mothers of my kids to be happy. That's your purpose for that day. Once you do that, bank it, move on to the other day. Yeah. One day you will look back. That's when you'll see what you've achieved. Yeah. The reason why most men get confused is they want to waste a whole year telling you, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to find my purpose. You can't until you start swimming. Yeah. Whenever we go up the stairs, yeah, we don't look at the 10th floor. We look at the first stair, second stair, the third stair, the fourth stair. Before you know it, we are on 10th floor. And when you look down.
In a sense, I agree with you because just yesterday I was having a conversation with somebody and I told him, you know what? In 2005, 2000 there, if you told me that I was going to become a bag maker,
yeah, you
at some point, I would have laughed at them because, to be honest, I was balling, enjoying my life as a music producer, doing my own thing, and
that was okay.
Hit after hit after hit. True. But as life evolved, so did I. The funny thing is, when I asked myself about those things of purpose, it wasn't looking outside for purpose. It was more the nuggets within me that I would call upon one by one. So having a relationship with self is really important because if you don't know who the hell you are, how are you going to know what the hell you're supposed to be doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it starts with self-awareness, identity.
And then also if you don't know who you are, you might be faking it with God and then you're unajipiga kata na unapiga Mungu wako kata.
And then there's another point that just came into my head as I was listening to you talk. There's an issue about seasons. You know what season in your life you're in and what's required of you at that particular season. Now, many people have a tendency of getting stuck in a particular season, depending on how it appeals to them. Whether they've had like for example, you are a successful music. Bro, I grew up on your content. I grew up listening to you and everybody who came under your wing. You're a legend in your own right. But that's a season that's over. Yeah?
It is over,
You have migrated to other things.
Yeah.
Now there is a bunch of people who remain stuck in that phase and they never really get to progress. All they would do is just sit down, think about when it all used to be up and rosy for them, and then they completely get under. That's how they get into depression. That's how they completely collapse because they never migrate. So it's always important for someone to sit down and know when the indices of your seasons come to a close and what the next task in hand is. And you move.
You know, Ted, there are four stages in life. And this is not just for men. I am trying to assume that probably
it's for everyone.
Women go through the same thing.
Yeah.
The first one is when you are unconsciously incompetent. Yeah, that's when you don't know that you don't know.
Yo, yeah.
Okay?
Umejiuzia bafu.
You don't know that you don't know. Okay? You see that stage, people get stuck there so much because they think they know, yet they don't even know that they don't know. Okay? Now, if you're able to get out of that stage, you'll go to the next stage, which is now you know
that you don't
know. That is consciously incompetent. Okay? Now you know that you don't know. Best stage to be at, because since you know that you don't know, you're going to ask for help.
Yeah.
You're going to seek to learn more.
And you can learn,
All right.
Yeah.
Then, if you're mature enough, you move to the next stage, which is consciously competent. Now you know that you know. All right? Where you're comfortable in your own niche. If you're doing bags, you know everything about leather. You know everything about selling this shit. If I'm a production person, I'm a graphic designer, I know my shit. I'm confident about it. You know, that's that stage. Then there's the last stage, which is unconsciously competent, where everything you touch turns to gold.
Just happens.
Yeah?
Just happens.
Even, you know, those are the guys you ask, oh, how did you do this? They're like, it's simple.
I know.
It's simple. You know, and it's not simple, but they'll tell you it's simple. I don't know what's the issue about it. You just do this 1, 2, 3 and everything will be fine. Those are guys who are unconsciously competent. Even if they don't want to succeed, they just succeed. Yeah. So now if you understand the stage where you are at, then you'll be able to help yourself move on to the next level. And it will all contribute to understanding your purpose.
So you really do need to be the high priest of yourself.
Yes.
Of course.
And the high priest of your home.
Yes.
If you can't be a high priest of yourself, how can you be high priest
how are you gonna
of
lead
anyone?
anyone anyway?
It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Sorry, I unpacked this because also I've learned so much from what you've said, and now I understand the genesis of depression in human beings because a journey has come to an end.
Yes.
And I also understand the seasons changing and the knowing that you don't know and knowing that you know and knowing that you don't know that you know that you understand that you know.
People who get depressed
Yeah.
are normally from those two stages.
Yeah.
Mostly the second stage, where you know that you don't know.
Yeah.
You see, when you know that you don't know, you can also get other scares like, wow, I've just discovered that I don't know, yet I'm this old. So
But it's okay.
I'm never gonna make it.
It's okay.
You see now, it all depends on how strong someone's will to carry on is. Yeah. Some people are made different. Yeah. It's just sad. And some people need help. Yeah.
It's okay not to know.
There's one thing that I also think needs to be added to this in regards to you figuring out yourself. And that is the relationships that facilitate you in different seasons of your life towards figuring your journey.
Yeah.
This is it. You don't have to carry everybody. Mswahili alisema tenda wema nenda zako.
Except the millions.
Oh, well, the millions, we all need the millions, you know. The thing is this, people need to realize that even relationships fall within seasons.
Yeah.
Especially men.
Yeah.
We all have a tendency of trying to hold on to a particular guy who played part at a particular season in your life because of his positioning, thinking that you're always going to tap into that.
Yeah.
If the season moves and the relationship shifts, if you have to make a move, go. Because sometimes you end up going back to the same people, and instead of drawing solutions, we end up becoming a baggage to them. That's why you'll find many men, they would chomoka one day in their place. I've been called by these guys, man. These guys told me to go, we hang out, we talk about biashara moja mbili tatu. Mwanaume mgani atumia jina biashara. But you're taking yourself to an establishment of guys who you know and you feel within yourself that your time with them was up.
It's up, yeah.
What happens? You walk out empty.
Yeah.
And when you walk out empty, you end up losing yourself in the process and you distort your thinking towards your new season. Guys need to know when it's time to flip the coin and move.
I think it's important that we understand seasons, especially as we are in a pandemic season and a lot of people are being forced to revisit their purposes in life, revisit what their career choices are and what they need to do moving into this season of uncertainty. And you know, we could go on and on and on and on and on, lakini maze kunywa tu kinywaji tu chill au
tabidi
mimi imenichapa kichwa sana hiyo.
Mimi
nimekubinya.
Mimi nimepitwa na kitu hapo.
Hizo philosophical hazikwangi za.
Nimesikia tu pandemic ama ni demapan. Demapan. You see this pandemic.
Muda usani itakumaliza.
Demapan.
I don't know if I go carry